Good evening, you're watching Estuary News. Coming up, we find out why people volunteer and head to the YMCA shop in Grimsby. And we head over to Immingham to see their wildlife garden in readiness for In Bloom 2015. And joining me in the studio is Martin Samuels, production manager. You're watching Estuary TV News. I'm Emma Lingard, but now it's over to Dan Kemp for the news headlines.
Hello there. An inquest has opened into the death of a helicopter pilot from our region. Matthew Chapman of Louth was the only person on board a Bell Jet Ranger aircraft as it crashed in the Baldwin Valley on the Isle of Man last Saturday. He received fatal injuries and was pronounced dead at the scene. The incident happened during the island's famous TT Festival. North Lincolnshire Council have pledged support for outlawing legal highs. In the Queen's speech, the government announced the Psychoactive Substances Bill, which aims to outlaw the manufacturing and supplying of so-called legal highs with a 7-year maximum sentence. Rob Waltham, Cabinet Member for Health, outlined how the council has already been educating about the dangers of legal highs.
What we're doing is sending a very strong message through our schools, through the PSHE sessions, to say, you know, these are the drugs that you may be offered. You may think they're legal, but it doesn't mean they're safe to use. So obviously we're doing a dual-pronged attack, really. We're waiting, obviously, and we'll do everything we can to support the legislation as it comes forward, and we'll obviously enforce it as best we can when it comes out. And then, of course, what we're doing is sending a very strong education message out there that they're not safe. So, you know, think of the implications of it before you consider using them.
Police are appealing for witnesses to a road traffic collision involving a toddler. The incident happened at the junction of Victor Street and Wellington Street in Grimsby on Thursday. The 3-year-old girl was with her mother when a silver car collided with them. The driver did get out of his vehicle to check on the welfare of the pair, but then left the scene without leaving details. North Lincolnshire Council are offering digital support for emerging businesses. Last week a new digital business scheme was launched, which is an extension of the existing Connect 4 scheme, which aims to offer businesses all kinds of digital and online support, ranging from marketing advice to online security. Sean Brennan of North Lincolnshire Council outlined the importance of the scheme.
It's vital. Businesses that aren't online and don't have digital capabilities won't survive in the modern stage. So what we've got between now and the end of September is a package of support for our local businesses, small and medium enterprises, to basically upskill them, give them workshops, give them seminars, give them technical support, one-to-one and one-to-many support that helps them basically grasp and engage with the digital sector.
And that's all from me for now. If you've got any news for us, don't hesitate to get in touch on 01472 31 553. And that's all for now.
The YMCA is an organisation that depends on the hard work of its 4,500 volunteers nationwide, doing a range of jobs from helping people directly or raising money for the organisation. And with Volunteers Week this month, they're in the limelight. Dave Nunn went to the YMCA shop on Wingate Parade in Grimsby to speak to the volunteers there about the hard work they do.
Volunteers are the vital cog that keep the YMCA turning, and the stories of how people became volunteers are very ordinary.
Well, it was through the job centre really. They sort of referred me here to do some sort of work placement, and I started here last August, and I've been ever since really.
Basically, I know another volunteer, Kenneth, and I came in to visit him from bringing my daughter home from school, and Matthew, the manager, asked me would I like to do some hours, so I said yes.
With nearly 4,500 volunteers nationally, giving 800,000 hours of their time every year to help people, volunteers work for any number of reasons, from enhancing personal skills to a desire to help people.
Well, it's all experience, isn't it? You know, just working in a shop, retail, that sort of thing, which I'm hoping to go into, and it's beneficial really. You know, I have work experience and stuff like that. Working in a shop environment as well.
It's basically job satisfaction. I'm learning a lot more skills, it's meeting new people, and I like working with people, being around others. And we have a bit of fun, bit of chat between everyone, and it's just fun. It's fun.
Even at the organisation's roots in places like the Wingate Parade shop, the volunteers know how important they are to the shop, local people and the YMCA.
I think perhaps it's just new faces. Well, I mean, when people come in with the usual customers, they like the usual, you know, same sort of people that they've got used to really and talk to and that. But I think the main thing is, I think variation, because like a lot of people come in and they talk to you and stuff like that, and you get to know them and that sort of thing, you know.
Yeah, because without us it wouldn't exist really. I think, and we need more and more volunteers all the time, so the more we can promote it, the better it is for us. Anyone that wants to volunteer, just come and volunteer. You'll enjoy every minute.
Now it's time for our newspaper review, and joining me in the studio is Estuary TV's production manager, Martin Samuels. Martin, it's been a long time since you've been on a sofa.
See, it's a long time since I've seen you.
A couple of minutes ago. Right then, you've had this lovely task today of going through all these papers. What's the first story that caught your eye?
Well, first thing was sorrow and anger after the iconic landmark demolished, the Tyoxide Tower.
Yep.
It was so secret. Not a lot of people knew about it, did they?
Including us, I have to say.
Yeah,
Including
shame it's gone down, but obviously I suppose times move on.
Yep.
But it was one of the main landmarks coming down the 180, wasn't it, coming into Grimsby?
It is.
But why was it kept so quiet? Do you know?
I believe, from what I've seen and heard, that it was due to health and safety. That the fact that it is so iconic and so many people would have wanted to have gone to have seen it demolished, I think that a decision was made to keep it hush-hush to avoid the crowds and rubbernecking, I suppose.
And it certainly ain't going to be safe, is it, really?
No.
But,
No.
yeah, long time. I think it was put up in the 50s. My dad used to work there many years ago.
Did he? You see, I mean, I don't know, you've got the Telegraph article there. We had a few comments on our Facebook pages from people who used to work there or family that worked there.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the comments, are they from people that
Yeah,
worked
they
there
are.
that were angry?
Yeah. I mean, the Facebook page went absolutely mad on it. You know, gutted my dad worked there up until sort of 10 years ago. Can't believe, you know, no one told us about it. Obviously, health and safety. Vicky Brown said, my dad planted the dynamite. So, but it was too dangerous for people to go and watch, so that speaks for itself there. Lots. There must be at least 40 on here. You know, people.
I know some people. Oh, it says in there. Some people were saying that they felt they could have made something out of it. You know, and you think how big the structure was, that you could have seen it from far away and had maybe roads closed off. I don't know.
Could have been a tourist attraction.
That's what people think.
Yeah, you see,
you could have
never
had
know.
Humber tours up the river.
Yeah, absolutely, you could have done.
From there, couldn't
But
you?
a lot of love for the chimney, which sadly is no more.
It is. It just leaves us with the Dock Tower now, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, you can't get confused, can you? Which one's which?
Not really. What else have you found?
Well, this one again, just staying with Grimsby at the moment. More patrols on the beat by the police after a spate of burglaries.
Okay.
People have been targeting houses. They've been leaving the doors, the windows open while they've been going out.
Okay.
And I think as well, another one to bear in mind is, without knowing, people on social media as well, which I've also noticed, people post on social media that they're going out for the day or they're going away on holiday, and it's so easy to sort of get sidetracked when they are going away, and if they're leaving the windows open when they're going out for the day, you know.
And also, I suppose with social media, you've got the fact that you can have location services, so you can put where you are. I mean, I disable mine, so nobody knows where I am.
Yeah, we know that.
I don't want to be found when I'm not at work.
Yeah.
But yeah, there is that danger, isn't there? So what are the police doing? Have they put more people on the
They have, they put
streets?
more. Yeah, they've all put more on the beat. Ian Potter from Grimsby's Urban Policing Unit said burglars will often target addresses where windows and doors left open. So yeah, they've increased the presence on the street for those. But no social media. Don't put on where you're going.
Exactly,
So,
exactly.
and take care.
Another story. What else have we found?
Well, this is
the
interesting.
papers?
What I thought. The RSPB. This was in the Bridlington Press.
Okay.
The RSPB are to receive £2 million boost from Aldi Link, the supermarket Aldi.
Yeah.
And what they're doing is they're donating the money that raised from their bags, their carry bags, they're donating it to the RSPB, which is hopefully going to help improve initiatives with children to sort of get more children involved with the wildlife and the birds.
Did you say that's Bempton?
Yeah, around Bempton area. Yeah, and obviously the profits from holiday carrier bags sales in England and Wales are expected to see the charity receive donations in excess of 2 million.
Wow.
So that's over a 3-year period, so it's over a length of time.
Yeah.
But it looks like there's going to be a nice steady stream of money coming in to sort of give children the opportunity to get hands on.
Talk about Bempton Cliffs. They've been in the news this week, haven't they? Because of the puffins.
Yes.
Wasn't it?
You probably know a bit more about that than I do, to be honest, because you're a bit of a twitcher, aren't you?
I don't know about that.
On your rambles, on your walks.
I know me robins from me blackbird.
Do you? Okay, no more of that.
We'll save that one for later. Now it's time to find out where the Mayor of Beverley's going next week.
I'm the Mayor of Beverley. It's an honour and a privilege to be elected as Mayor of such an historic town. I have done it before, 4 years ago, and I found it really interesting, met lots of people, as I'm going to be doing over the next couple of weeks. And on this coming Tuesday, the 16th, it's the annual town meeting. That's for the parish of Beverley and its residents to come and raise issues not necessarily connected with the town council, but with any issue that they've got to do with East Riding. It's a platform for them to come and sound off, and then we follow it up, right to whoever we have to write to, and then we get back to the residents. And it's for the residents of Beverley only. Molescroft and Ticton have their own annual parish meetings. And then following that, in a week's time, I'm attending the Vice-Chancellor's garden party, where all the other mayors and indeed the Lord Mayor of Hull will be present. And then following on from that, I've got, in the following week as well, I've got to attend the garden party of the Lord Lieutenant, Sullivan Cumberland Lister.
You're watching Estuary News. I'm Emma Lingard. Now, you never know when you may need the skills to save someone's life. Now, students at One East Riding Secondary School are being put through their paces so they know what to do if the worst was to happen. It comes as schools are being urged to register for the big first aid lesson to raise awareness of what to do in a medical emergency. Dan Kemp went to find out more.
Students from Hesel High School have been training to know what to do when life is put in danger.
The course that they're currently sitting is a PSD, it's a personal development course, which is made up of a number of different elements so that they can be ready for the world of work as soon as they leave in Year 11.
The Year 10 students had a visit from St John's Ambulance to build confidence and remove the panic that usually surrounds those who need to administer life-saving first aid.
I think it gives them life skills. It's something that can build upon through their adult life, and children may be out with their friends, they may come across these situations, and I think they really do need to know what to do and take away that element of panic and give them confidence. One of my colleagues is an ex-ambulanceman, and he came across a girl in a shopping centre giving CPR, and she was an 8-year-old girl successfully doing CPR on an adult. She was doing really well at that, and she'd learnt those skills in school.
The relationship that we have with St John's is fantastic, and they've always been very, very good at providing us with everything we need, from the resuscitation dolls, all the amazing knowledge that they have is always fantastic that they can give up their time.
And it's important for us all to know what to do if we were put into that position.
So for an adult, you would do 30 chest compressions, 2 rescue breaths, and continue with that ratio 30 and 2, 30 and 2, because an adult usually stops breathing because of a heart problem. With children, it's often because of something to do with the lungs, so they stop breathing fast. So the priority there is to get the breaths in. So we give 5 breaths, and then we do the same as the adult ratio. But with a child, you tend to use one hand, so you're not putting too much pressure on the chest.
Alongside Washdyke Road in Immingham, visitors can now see a new floral attraction. Children from the town's 4 primary schools have all been working on the project to improve some of the waste ground as part of the In Bloom campaign, as Richard Morris found out.
4 local primary schools in and around Immingham have been getting green fingers working on a new community garden. It's hoped that the garden will help local insect life, as well as another gold medal for In Bloom for the town.
Well, In Bloom has always got a new project that each year. I mean, we've done fantastic with In Bloom for Immingham over the last 4 or 5 years, achieving gold awards, environmental awards and everything that's for working with children. So this year, our new project for this year's campaign was to actually turn a bit of wasteland into a wildlife haven. And again, what we always do is say we involve all 4 primary schools. And each primary school was given a theme and a project relating to wildlife. And they went away, researched it on the internet, each theme, and then they've made these interpretation boards, giving you information about all the different types of wildlife that we find around here. And I think it's turned out absolutely superb. And to have the children involved, and they're going home to their parents and saying, we've done all this, and I think that's what's happening in Immingham. We're not getting any vandalism in Immingham now, and I think it's because the children themselves are doing the work.
ABP have sponsored the project to the tune of £7,500. They say it's important to support the communities in which they work.
Well, we actually sponsored Immingham in Bloom last year. Stuart approached me last year and asked if we were involved. We'd sponsored back in 2012 when we were going through our centenary of the port and the town centenary, so it was important that we got involved in the community then. And we sponsored it then. We didn't in 2013, but we did again last year, 2014. And you know, it was really good to be involved in that, and especially to see Immingham pick up awards as well.
The children have really enjoyed getting involved and working on the project, according to Jane Day of Coombriggs Primary School.
Well, we're actually thrilled all 4 Immingham primary schools have been involved in this community project once again. Apart from having educational benefits, we feel that it's encouraging the children to have more pride in their community and ultimately a contribution towards the Immingham in Bloom project. They've worked on this in class time. It's actually fitted in with a lot of their science studies, but children have gone home and done research and brought information into us. So I think families have been involved as well.
The judging for Immingham in Bloom takes place at the end of July.
Still with me in the studio is Martin Samuels, who is looking through the newspapers. Martin, you have found so many stories today.
Serious just then, didn't you?
Serious, thank you very much.
So I've got a lot to talk about.
What else?
Right, this one is really interesting because it's about road repairs.
Okay.
And with what's going on in Grimsby at the moment, which we'll come to, interestingly, this is road repairs going to cost the local council in Driffield £850,000.
Okay.
It's to repair cracks and holes that have appeared due to a combination of high traffic usage, poor weather conditions, so they're going to be digging up the road. What doesn't sound particularly great is they're going to be doing the work between 6 p.m. and 11 p.m.
At night?
Yeah, because I think, obviously the days are longer, so it's going to be lighter for longer.
Yeah.
But I think it's not going to be very busy at that time.
Okay.
I think it will be with people coming home from work, but there we go. And they're going to start the work in school holidays.
Which is end of July,
yeah.
But
which to me doesn't make sense because maybe traffic passing through, it's going to be a busy time, no matter when you do it.
People going on holiday, though. Well, I was going to say it shouldn't be busy, but some people like to go on holiday later on when they think the roads are quieter.
Well, it's
so
like the main sort of through route, isn't it, towards Bridlington, that way.
I would hate to plan roadworks.
It'd be a nightmare.
Logistical nightmare.
But local residents, if they've got the drills going off up until 11 o'clock at night.
Surely, wherever their roads are they in the town centre
or on
the outskirts?
Yeah, no, in the town centre. It's a 6-week programme.
Okay.
And obviously, business is going to affect business as well, which also brings me on to Grimsby.
We did the store on Cromwell Road,
yeah,
where
you know
shopkeepers
a bit more than this.
Are feeling
the hit.
hit,
of it.
as are motorists complaining of being stuck in traffic queues for probably 45 minutes.
I think they just need to look at it. Why not? You know, if you're going to work through the night,
You should
maybe.
go into town transport planning then.
Do you think so?
Next story.
We're talking bins now.
That's another controversial subject.
North East Lincolnshire Council about emptying their green bins every fortnight.
Green bins every fortnight.
So I don't know about the household waste could be collected fortnightly instead of weekly in North East Lincolnshire, which is interesting. My bin's green, but I'm with North Lincolnshire Council. Mine's every 2 weeks. So, but if you got
Does it work?
Personally, it needs to be weekly service. If I'm
Okay,
honest,
yeah,
if I'm
yeah.
honest, because it's a long time. 2 weeks is a long period of time, and if you've got young children,
It gets smelly.
yeah. So no, I think 2 weeks is a bad idea, to be honest.
Okay, well, thank you very much for
You're welcome.
coming to talk to me
Thanks
and
for having
looking
me.
through the papers.
Thank you.
And now here's the sport news with Dan Kemp.
Grimsby Town have made their first new signing of the season. They've recruited versatile defender Danny East following his release from Portsmouth. East graduated through the Hull City youth system after making his full debut for the Tigers in 2011. The Hesley-born player has penned a one-year deal at Blundell Park. Former Scunthorpe United goalkeeper Sam Slocum has today signed for Oxford United following his release. The 27-year-old has agreed a 2-year contract at the Kassam Stadium, having only played 15 times last season for his hometown club. He'd been at the Iron for 7 years. Hull FC winger Tom Lynham has been left out of the squad for this weekend. Lynham agreed a deal to join the Warrington Wolves for next season earlier in the week and has been omitted for the trip to Catalans on personal grounds. Elsewhere, Fetuli Talanoa and Setamar Tassar are both back in contention for this week's trip to France. And across the city, and Hull KR youngster Connor Robinson has joined Halifax on a dual registration deal and could feature against Hunslet tonight. Meanwhile, KR host the Widnes Vikings on Sunday. The game kicks off at the KC Lightstream Stadium at 3 o'clock. The Winmore World Masters Darts Championship is set to return to Hull later this year. It'll be held at the Hull City Hall and will take place between the 9th and 11th of October. It usually attracts competitors from all over the world, with players from 70 countries being invited, including champions from 140 national and international events. And finally, there's just time to tell you that the Hull Scorpions baseball team are returning to action this weekend following their BBF Cup success. They'll be making a journey across the M62 to the Liverpool Trojans. And that's all for the sport.
Well, that's all we've got time for. If you have a story for the team, then details are on the screen. Until next week, goodbye.
Estuary TV's weather, sponsored by Hornsby's, celebrating 100 years in buses.
Hello and welcome to Estuary TV's weather. Cool and cloudy Saturday with showers or longer spells of rain, a little humidity with highs of 16 degrees, cool with a risk of some rain at first on Sunday.
Estuary TV's weather, sponsored by Hornsby's, celebrating 100 years in buses.